So the final movement, not movement 21, is O Alter Duft, which is O Heavenly Scent. And this one opens, the piano line is that begins this movement. It's calmer, but it is very reminiscent to me of the opening of Mondesdrunken, the first movement of Pierre Lunaire. So I feel like we've come full circle. And because of that, I wanted to have the same feel of that moonlight coming down the middle, because to me, in a way, and going back to the first one, how I said it was a little bit like a ladder or steps. I can't help but think of like Jack and the Beanstalk, those kind of like, myths and fairy tales, and that perhaps this is coming down from that moonbeam back to reality, back to peace, away from the violence. So that's why I wanted to connect it to the first one by having that moonbeam so prominently in there. But obviously, there's, because it's Pierre Lunaire, it's peaceful ending, but his melancholy might be gone, but there are hints that perhaps he still has a desire for the intoxication of that moonlight, and perhaps, maybe he would like to turn around and climb back up that moonbeam. I don't know. In painting this one, there's lots of texture obviously on the moonbeam, and there's lots of little details that are really subtle, of lines in white and stuff in here. So it's not there's a lot of depth to this one, and it took more time than you would think. But that blue in there is because I not only kind of hear this kind of peaceful blue kind of ending to it, but it fits with the idea of he's wandering off into a field of, it doesn't say what kind of flowers, but like a fragrance. And so I kind of think, and because it's blue, because it's still night, I think, because the moon is still involved. So it's not he's not wandering off into a field of sunflowers. It's some kind of blue flower that gives off a beautiful fragrance. You wouldn't think, considering some of the violence that has been in the previous movements, that this would end quite so peacefully, but it does, which is lovely, and comes full circle, and maybe gives us all hope that we can all come through our nightmares and walk off into a peaceful, place. And if you'd like to see this painting in person and all the others, please come to Spitalfields on the 9th of July and hear Hebrides Ensemble playing Pierre Lunaire at the same time.